Hello everyone. Good morning. So welcome back to another important and most widely asked interview questions related to IP ranges. Okay, what is this IP ranges of CPI? How do we get this IP ranges and what is its use case? Okay, today we'll explore these details in our session. Okay, myself Venkat, your SAP CPI trainer. Okay, let's jump into our topic. Okay, so now let me take you to the screen where we have this. What is IP? Okay, IP in simple terms we call it as an IP address, but what is the full form of IP is like internet protocol. Okay, and what is it is all about? So this IP ranges is a unique number assigned to every devices like our computers, phones, printers, everything in the connected to a network. Okay, now what does it really mean with respect to our CPI? Okay, so imagine a scenario where you are connecting to a public network application where your sender is on a strict firewall. Okay, strict firewall meaning that they cannot connect to any applications until they have allowed your system IP address. Okay, that we call it as a whitelisting, meaning that if you provide your IP address to your sender system, they will add CPI IP address to that firewall so that so that the sender system is going to authenticate that IP address and send the information to the CPI. Okay, for that reason we may need to share our CPI or the integration suite IP address to the respect to sender system team. Okay, so in short, here you see in short the whitelisting entry meaning that they are going to add CPI IP address to their firewall or network security group. Okay, so that they're telling their systems that it is safe to establish a connection with the CPI and send the data to the CPI endpoints. Okay, so that is the reason or the meaning for this IP whitelisting. Okay, now how do we find this IP address of our integration suite? That is more interesting and important, right? So because our CPI is hosted on the cloud environment, as you all know, it may be AWS, it may be Azure, or it may be an in-house SAP cloud infrastructure, right? So we should know what region we belongs to. Okay, based on the region we SAP provided one help document where we can search all the respect to IP address of the SAP in that particular help document. Okay, I'll take you to that screen, don't worry. So now hope you understand what is IP address, what is IP whitelisting. In short, if you don't whitelist your CPI IP address with a strict vendor compliances, then you may face the connectivity issues with respect to the system. Okay, now you see this diagram, it will be very easy for you to understand. Okay, imagine let me take this pen. Okay, imagine my sender system is Azure blob. Okay, imagine sender system is Azure system. Okay, Azure blob storage or the SFTP. Okay, Azure. Okay, now Azure blob. Okay, now Azure blob follows strict compliances, meaning that they cannot allow unauthorized IP address related applications to access their storage. Okay, so in that case, what they are going to do is they will reach out to the CPA consultant and ask us to share our IP address ranges for whitelisting purpose. Our IP address ranges for the whitelisting purpose. Okay. Now imagine this, your cloud storage is the Azure blob SFTP or the cloud storage. As a CPI consultant, they have reached out to me. I have provided my or the internet integration suite IP address to the Azure team. Now what will happen when you connect to this Azure, this particular system is going to accept your communication or the connection. And if you try to access the same Azure cloud using not whitelisted IP address, then what it will do, Azure will deny the access and it will not allow you to enter into its system. As simple as it is. Whitelisted IP address is a, it's like a gate pass. It's like a gate pass. Okay. In another words, it is like a guest list. Okay. For example, you are hosting an event. Okay, and you have a strict rule where you have to allow the guest who is having that card, entry card, or the invitation. Okay, that is what is whitelisting. Okay, people who is having that invitation, they will allow, the security people will allow them inside the event. People who doesn't have that invitation, they will reject them and send, they will not allow them into the event, right? Similarly here also, if you whitelist the IP, then the connection system will allow the connection, security gate will allow open the gate. Okay, if you don't whitelist, then it will reject the call or the communication at the gate itself. As simple as it is. Now, how you are going to get this IP ranges? Okay, so this is the SAP help document where they are maintaining all the IP ranges with respect to their infrastructure environments. Okay, let me take you to this screen. Discard, go back here, and yeah, so this is the SAP self-help document. Okay, now in this document, you see all IP address with respect to different environments. For example, now you see AP11 Amazon Web Services. It is hosted on the AWS. Like that, you will see all region related IP addresses over here. Now, how do you know the region of your tenant? Okay, if you go back to the BTP, or even you can check your integration suite URL also. Here you can see the region, right? AP21, EU20, like that. You will see some ranges over here, regions over here. Sorry. So take this region, go back to this help document. Okay, search for your region. Now my region is AP21. Select it. Okay, then you will see it is hosted on the Microsoft Azure platform, Azure infrastructure, and the region is Singapore. Technical key is CFAP21, and here are the IP addresses. Okay, NAT IPs and LB IPs. These are the two different IP address versions we have. Right now, you may have a confusion. So, sir, which are IP address we have to share it with the team? Okay, now we'll discuss that. LB stands for load balancer. NAT stands for network address translation IPs. Okay, now we'll see what is this too. I hope you all are aware of the integration suite architecture, right? The entry point of the integration suite architecture is the load balancer. Load balancer, isn't it? Okay, let me take you to that screen as well. Here it is. See, entry point is always the load balancer, right? If any application would like to connect to the CPI and send that information, then we have to share our load balancer IP address, because load balancer is our gatekeeper here, gateway or the gatekeeper here, who will allow the traffic. Okay, first our traffic reaches to the load balancer, then it goes to the different regions, right? So that is the reason, like for if any application would like to connect to our CPI, then we have to provide our load balancer IP ranges. Okay, similarly, like if CPI would like to connect to if CPI would like to connect and send the data information to any other application, then you have to share the exit outbound NATs. NAT related IP address. Right? Hope it is clear. So we have discussed what is IP address, what is IP whitelisting, how to get the IPs of our CPI tenant, and which IP to use when. Okay, so this is all about IP whitelisting, uh, load balancer, NIT, and this just reference SAP note where they will where they have provided the knowledge article with respect to this IP whitelistings. Yeah, I will paste this URL in the comment. Okay, and also do let me know if you would like to hear any new this kind of topics. Do let me know in the comment box. I will try to make a short video out of it. Okay, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.